Hello, welcome back to another reading. Today we're going to start with a tea leaf card to give us a general collective reading on what you need to hear right now. So in the collective energy, I've been doing a lot of meditating recently, and I've noticed that there's been this big shift in spiritual understanding, spiritual awareness, wisdom, and how we can integrate it into our lives. I've been playing with different practices myself. And one of the tea leaf cards that decided to come out was spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And I do feel like collectively, this is the energy that we're all stepping into. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards to get a sense of what the bigger story is here for the collective. We're starting off with the Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Swords is really calling, so many cards. The Knight of Swords is really showing us that there's a lot of mental energy that is in the collective. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. Wow, you cannot make this up. Like, these cards came out in my last reading as well. The Knave of Chalices. So to start us off, Knight of Swords in reverse is showing us that there's a lot of mental energy in the wrong direction. And I'm saying wrong direction, not only just because it's upside down, but it's the left side is typically past energy in the spread that I'm doing. And I just see that mental brute force, logical, like solely relying on the mind energy is something that is no longer serving the collective. And right now, the collective is still kind of maturing in this idea of emotional intelligence, emotional awareness. So like, this is kind of like IQ energy, and this is EQ energy. And so while there is a lot of IQ energy of people who really want to assert their intellect, their knowing of things, and kind of even their maybe superiority over others because of what they know, we're moving away from that energy as an individual and collective into taking more time to work and reflect on the inner realm, the emotional side of our understanding. But it's still in reverse because there are mental blocks, challenges that are not allowing the collective, you even, to fully step into this energy. So we have here 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles is a really wonderful sign, because it's showing that what people have put time, energy, effort into, right, this study or this work, is going to pay off and does have a positive return on investment, but it's still taking time. You know, we're close to a wish fulfillment, right? We're close to that enlightenment and awareness materializing in a financial sense. We have the 3 of Wands here, which is indicating that, in reverse too, which is indicating that there's still some kind of back and forth in really saying, yes, this is what I want and this is what I want to follow and pursue. Sometimes with spiritual enlightenment, awareness, awakening, right, there's a part of the shadow work that happens where we are trying to integrate new beliefs, new ideas into our mental realm that have not fully integrated into the astral physical reality of our existence, because we're still recovering or dealing with some blocks, right? And so that's really what I see this 3 of Wands energy signaling here. Spirit, what other messages do we have for the collective when it comes to what they need to hear right now? Okay, so this came out twice, yeah, and it's in reverse. Okay, so we have the Death card. For those of you who are not familiar with this figure, this is Anubis, which was an ancient Egyptian god who was responsible for essentially guiding people through the underworld on their path to the afterlife. And this is really where the weighing of the scales, the heart against the feather, comes into play here. And death is never a negative thing. If anything, death is like, think of a phoenix. Like when the phoenix dies and burns to ashes, it's just another opportunity for it to rise again. And so if you saw my reading about the paradigm that's coming in, the new paradigm that's coming in, it's like, it literally is like that phoenix energy. It's like the old is dying so that the new can be reborn. But I think that there's still challenges with yourself, the collective even, that is kind of fighting this change that wants to come forth. Spirit, what other messages does the collective? We have the star energy. Okay, yeah. Again, reverse. So this, the reverse star card is showing that those of you watching this video are aware of your divine essence. You're aware of this balancing energy between divine masculine and divine feminine, right? Look how she's pouring into both energies. Oh, I might need to cover that because of YouTube. Well, the but is that it's in reverse, right? So it's like we have these divine gifts within us, each of us, that require balance, kind of like the Libra symbol we have here, and also require devotion, dedication. This is kind of also giving me like the standard tarot temperance energy of like pouring, like that balancing energy of like feeding two energies, two pots to create like equilibrium, which is that star energy. And right now we are collectively on a path to, let's say, balance out those energies of divine masculine and feminine so that we can all unlock our own spiritual gifts that really help contribute to the collective. But it's taking time. But based on the reading that I did about the paradigm shift and with this torch energy, there is a fire that is coming in as far as like the timing of this energy shifting, right? So again, in this past energy, we have a lot of reversals, and now here we have the Queen of Pentacles under the Eight of Pentacles, and this is like full mastery and like stability, not feeling like one has to like work so hard to get what it is that they desire. And it's funny because the sun is also coming in kind of like, you know, a sense of enlightenment, right? Enlightenment. It's shining on her head, really depicting that there's a sense of wholeness that comes from within. And when that wholeness manifests within us, it reflects outwardly into what we receive. One last card, Spirit, from the tarot deck before we jump into some oracle cards to align the energies of this reading. Okay. And then we have here, we have the Two of Wands. Yeah. It's so funny. It always amazes me like how the cards like perfectly align with each other when I do these readings. Like with the Two of Wands, it almost feels like we're going backwards from the Three of Wands, but the Two of Wands energy is not really backwards, it's actually forward. Like this is the energy of seeing the possibilities of what could be, but just not being ready to step forward into that light, step forward into that understanding and awareness. And you know, I will say something about awakening in and of itself can be a bit tumultuous, can be a bit heavy, right? Can feel like, oh, like, yeah, just heavy, like so much work to put in to get the result, right? The final result of like abundance, not just in material money ways, but in that inner peace, that wholesome feeling that we get when we're like satisfied. But the Two of Cups is really calling us to venture into that unknown, to venture. Look at that. We have Serenity, but too many cards fell out. We want to commit to a new path and a new journey that is this spiritual development so that we can We have curiosity, and again, too many cards coming out. So that we can really tap into this Queen of Pentacle energy. We have release. You guys, so many cards are coming out. Why won't one card come out? Spirit, can you please provide us one card for what the collective needs to hear right now? Oh, I mean, you can't make it up. This is what I was picking up. And this is basically what I've been saying this whole time, right? It's like there's more work that needs to be done. And I love that it came out over here, because this is definitely that energy of like the death of the ego, the death of the old self, recognizing the talents, the skills, the gifts that you have to really put you on the right path of true abundance, success, stability, and understanding that like you can create and have whatever it is that you truly desire if you take the time, right? Light the torch within you to build that spiritual development, that awareness and understanding. All right, let's pull a card from the Sacred Destiny deck. Spirit, what messages? Oh, wow. We're going to put that right there because that just fits in so perfectly. All right, we're just going to get one more message from the Spirit Oracle deck. Right? Look, the divine within. The cosmos are within you. So release that which is blocking you to that divine connection so that you can be in full alignment with what it is that is meant for you. All right, we have here Frog Spirit. You know what's so funny? It's like the cards keep flying out this way. It keeps flying out this way. Yeah, this came out in my first reading of Divine Timing. That might be relevant for my pile threes from that reading, if you want to go back on that. And then these two cards fell out on the floor. We have Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Yeah, I love that. That's a great way to like tie in this Three of Wands, Two of Wands energy of like starting a new journey of creativity and finding the things that really light you up, right? Using that awareness from your spiritual awakening and your shadow work to really give you the creative energy to collaborate with like-minded individuals. Oh, we have 111 here. 111, 10 equals 1. We have 8. Yeah, that's a clear sign from Spirit, 111. That might be an angel number for some of you. I love that that's showing up because my soul family is definitely like the ones. 111, 11, 11, 11, 11, basically, right? And I love, look again, like look at all these butterflies. Like transformation is beautiful. Like this is the energy. Yeah, I'm putting this over here. This is the energy we come into with that Queen of Pentacles energy when we utilize what we've learned through our journey. We release the things that are blocking, right? We release the clutter. We do the shadow work. We take the lessons that we've learned from our life experiences to transmute that energy like fire, like the phoenix, into that ant spirit, into that butterfly spirit, so that we can fly like beautiful creatures in our individual expression, in our highest expression, to share with others, right? Because remember, like we as individuals are also mirrors, fractals of the divine and of each other, right? So we mirror to one another what it is that we don't like about ourselves, that we want to work on, that we do love about ourselves. And so when we take the time to really discern and build that understanding awareness of our unique expression and release the things that are holding us back from stepping into that full expression of the star energy, then we can really create something beautiful. That is all I have for you guys today. This is what you guys needed to hear right now. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you come across this reading, it was meant for you to see this. I pray that this reading served its purpose in your life and that it brought forth in the light, the things that were in the dark and that you needed to hear in this moment. All right, release anything that doesn't serve you, clear out the clutter, and step into the transformation that is your beautiful self-expression. All right, with love and light. Till next time, bye.